Taylor Bob. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a reflection just to let you guys know kind of what happened these last few days. I do live in the state of Texas, and as you all know, we had some extreme weather over the past couple of days. In Texas, a lot of people actually lost electricity, and some people even lost water. Some people's roof went into their houses, like they had pipes bursting. A lot of people had different scenarios and different experiences that they went through, but the sad part about it is that people actually did die over these past couple of days. People have died from carbon monoxide, just trying to keep warm, and people have also died from just like freezing to death. And it's really sad that the state of Texas actually let this happen to people. But that's, I think, the thing that really traumatized me is the fact that, you know, people really like died during this time. And it was like very hard for me to kind of get through the first couple of days, because you guys know that I'm a single woman. So I live by myself. I don't have a dog. I don't have a husband. I don't have anybody that lives in the house but me. So whenever things happen, you know, I'm alone basically through things. Of course, I have my family, you know, my parents to talk to, my cousins, but I also had limited access to talk to them. So I was kind of talking to them in and out because I did lose my power in my house. So I had no electricity. I did have water, but I had no electricity. It was like a ghost town here in my apartment. The hallways were dark. It was just a mess. And I can definitely say that I was definitely traumatized. But you know, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Obviously, you guys see me back in my apartment with lights and everything is pretty much back to normal for now. So I'm just thankful, honestly, to be alive. But I want to kind of tell you guys you know, what happened during those couple of days. So basically, I'm looking at my phone, you guys, so I could see, make sure I'm telling you guys the right dates. So basically, you know, Sunday was Valentine's Day, February 14th. So everybody's, you know, talking about love day, whatever. So I'm just chilling at home, watching some YouTube videos. What else did I do? I think I cooked some food that day. Like, I just had a pretty chill day. We actually canceled our Valentine's weekend. So I was supposed to actually hang out with my friends that Saturday, but we were like, y'all, let's just stay in. Like, the weather's getting really cold on the 13th. So we decided to stay in. So we didn't have any type of Valentine's get together. I basically stayed in the house like the whole weekend, Valentine's Day weekend. So I go to sleep Valentine's Day, and then I noticed at about 2:20 a.m., which was the Monday morning, that my electricity had went out. So I basically live by myself. So you guys know, like, once you hear something, like, you're gonna wake up, you know, for the most part. So it's like I realized something was wrong. So I was like, wait. So when I look around, I don't hear anything. I'm like, the electricity went off because of the snowstorm. So I go to my bedroom because I was chilling in my living room on the couch. So I decided to go in my bedroom. I have this little ring light that I used because I didn't have a flashlight, y'all. So I have this little ring light. It's probably about this big, and it's like a little portable ring light. So I was using that to kind of see, you know, around my house. But I was like, you know what, this is going to be for a little while, so I'm going to go to sleep, wake up, and then the power is going to be back on. I woke up Monday at about probably like 8 a.m. and I noticed that the power was still off. So at this time, my phone is beginning to die. I'm starting to like freak out. I'm on the phone with my parents, like letting them know, hey, I don't have power. And then, you know, they're pretty much like, well, y'all gonna have rolling power every now and then. They're gonna turn on your electricity. But I noticed like throughout the day Monday, like nothing happened. Like, I stayed in my apartment pretty much all day. My cousin, she lives about an hour from me, and she had rolling power. So like every now and then she would get electricity, but I had no electricity at all. So now it's basically Monday the 15th, and I don't have any power, any electricity in my apartment. So my mom is like, just take a nap and just wake up, it'll all be over. So I took a nap, and I wake up and it's like 5 o'clock, and I had probably like, I don't know, like less than 5% on my phone, and it was beginning to get dark outside. And so I kind of procrastinated. I kind of ended up just chilling, just hoping things would get better. So I'm like, you know what, I have to go charge my car. I'm gonna have to go charge my phone in my car. So I get my phone, and then I get to the door, and then the electricity comes on for like 1 minute, and I'm like, wait, let me just hold on. So I get back in my apartment, and I hurry up and try to go run and get my charger. So before I can run and get the charger, the electricity had went back out. So at this point, I noticed that the halls were beginning to get really dark as well. So I was like, I'm not about to go to my car by myself, you know, and walk through these halls. I don't know what can happen to me, you know, who can snatch me up. I'm not doing it. So I was like, whatever, I'm gonna just wait till the next morning. It began to get really cold in my apartment, and I started to kind of like freak out. I was trying to like hold back the tears, so I wasn't really like crying yet. Monday, I was just hopeful that, you know, the next day my electricity was gonna be back on, we was gonna be fine. So Ended up staying in my house. I really had to like make myself go to sleep because I couldn't do anything. I couldn't watch TV. I didn't have access to my phone or anything. So I really like kept making myself like, just go to sleep, girl, go to sleep. So then Tuesday morning comes the 16th and I was cold. So I wake up and immediately when the daylight hit, I woke up, washed my face, brushed my teeth, and I hurry up and headed to my car and I let my phone charge a good bit. I called my mom and she was happy to hear from me, and she was happy to hear that my phone was now back charged. So this is Tuesday the 16th. So then I got hungry, because Monday all I really ate was some little Chex Mix, and I had like a little granola bar and like some Gatorade. Like that's basically all I ate on Monday. So I really didn't have a hot meal to eat on Monday. So Tuesday I'm sitting in my car, I got my heater on, like I'm feeling great, I'm feeling hopeful. And then my mom was like, you hungry? She's like, what about Chick-fil-A? And so I told her to look up Chick-fil-A because my phone, for some reason, like even my cellular was not letting me access any of my apps. So even when I went in the parking garage to charge my car, I still didn't have access to my internet. I still didn't have access to any kind of nothing. Like I couldn't search anything on Safari. I couldn't check my Instagram. I couldn't do none of that. So my mom ended up checking. Chick-fil-A was open. I was like, bet. So I get in my Camaro, I start that thing up, and I'm like, we going to Chick-fil-A. And I was like freaking out at first, but then I saw like a whole bunch of cars that were in the same parking garage as me, like they were leaving, and I'm like, they gonna get food and stuff, because I saw people come back with like coffee from like Quick Trip and stuff like that. So I'm like, you know what, if they can do it, I can do it. And they did have like ice in our parking garage, like, so I was really scared to drive because you guys know, like I have a Camaro, it's a sports car, but I forgot that I have a snow and ice mode. So I actually put my car in that mode, and then I drove to Chick-fil-A. I drove really slow like this. And my mom was like freaking out. Of course, she's like, don't go sliding on that road. I'm like, girl, I put this thing in snow mode, like I'm going to Chick-fil-A. So I started driving to Chick-fil-A, whatever, and then everybody is like at Chick-fil-A, like the cars are like lined up, like people are hungry, people are ready to eat, people ain't got no power, people need a hot meal, period. So y'all should have seen like all of the snow in the parking lot. Like I'll insert some clips here. So for the people that live where snow is, yes, you know, I understand that y'all used to snow, but I'm from Louisiana and I'm not used to any type of snow whatsoever. I have never driven in no snow, none of that. But Texas obviously has changed everything, and clearly Texas is trying to take me out. But long story short, I ended up getting to Chick-fil-A. And I noticed that once I got to Chick-fil-A that I had access to my apps. So I guess like being out in the open space and not inside of a parking garage, I now had access to my apps. So I hurried up and I went post a post on Instagram because I am in a consistency challenge. So I tried to go post and let people know that, hey, I'm out of power, but your girl did find a Chick-fil-A. So I let people know that. So I was feeling good after that. I ate. And I went back to my parking garage and I pretty much ate my food in my car. So I stayed in my car. That whole thing was probably from like 9 a.m. to like 2. So I got my food, went back, chilled in my car for a few more hours. I did make sure that, you know, I opened my car door every now and then, just let some air in my car. So yes, I was basically chilling, like listening to the radio. Like I had my mom on the phone as well, in and out. So that was good. I didn't really feel alone yet. And then when it was time to go back in my apartment, that's when I kind of like went into this like, not really like depression, but it was kind of like, damn, like you really out here by yourself. So I had to go to the restroom. So I get out my car and I'm like, man, I gotta go to the restroom. But I know if I go back in my apartment, I'm not gonna get back out of my apartment. So I came back in my apartment. It was about 2:30. So I had just ate my Chick-fil-A in my car. So I was like, I can go ahead and take a nap now. Like I'm feeling full, I'm feeling tired. So again, this is Tuesday, the 16th. So my phone was like dying really fast. I don't know what was up with that. But I started to notice that the lights outside, like by the pool and by our apartment gym, like all of those lights came on like in and out. And I'm like, what the heck? Like how in the freak the pool getting lights and we not even getting no freaking lights in the inside? Like it was just weird. And so I don't know, like Tuesday, that's when like this eerie little feeling started coming. It just started to get like really dark. But then when the lights would come on outside for a second, then I would be able to access our community's Wi-Fi. So my MacBook, I opened it, and that MacBook lasted me, y'all, over like 3 days without being charged. So shout out to Mac, because that really saved me. So when my phone did die again that Tuesday, I was able to talk to my parents on Messenger and whatnot, and just let them know that I'm okay. So every now and then, when the electricity would come on outside, I would send them, like, hey, I'm on the community's Wi-Fi. Like, if you guys need anything, just email me and I'll try to get back to y'all, as long as the power is on outside. So the power probably came on maybe like 3 hours, kind of like in and out total. But for the most part, it was very dark here. It was a very eerie feeling. And by Tuesday night, I had started feeling like I was in the Bird Box movie. That was like really weird. I felt like people were beginning to leave. And we didn't know that, my lights would not come back on for like almost an entire week. So at that point, I should have thought to, hey, let's get a hotel or something. So then, like, I talked to my mom again Tuesday evening, and she was like, you know what? The minute they said they didn't know when y'all power was on, we should have booked a hotel and got that done like ASAP. And I was like, you know what? We should have done that. So Tuesday, I'm like, you know what? It's getting really cold in here, Mom. Like, I'm starting to get pale. And so I'm gonna try not to cry, but I started to get pale on Tuesday because it was so cold in my apartment, and it got like freezing cold. And I have a candle, but I don't like candles because I'm so afraid like somebody's gonna catch on fire. But by Tuesday night, I got so pale, and it's like my phone kept dying, and I'm living alone, so I'm not gonna keep going outside by myself to charge my phone, because I don't know who's out there, what can happen to me. So Tuesday, my mom is like, we're gonna make a game plan for Wednesday. So her and my dad were talking and thinking about how I was gonna get out of here the next day. So Tuesday, I'm in the dark with my ring light, and so I'm like packing my bag, and I try to stay strong, y'all, because like I'm my mom's only kid. So when I'm sad and when like I'm going through something, like she feels it. So my mom, she honestly didn't go back to work until like 3 days later, until like I was like pretty much safe, to my destination. My mom was like not going to work at this time. And so Tuesday, as I'm packing my clothes, I start crying. And so my mom was like, don't cry, Taylor. But I was trying to be strong, but like at a certain point, it's like, how much stronger can you be whenever you just by yourself? And it's like, damn, because like when I should be in Louisiana, I'm not. And so I'm like packing my bags, y'all. I'm like grabbing like underwear, t-shirts, tights, anything I could in the dark. Remember, I got this little ring light, so I'm running around my apartment trying to put everything in my bag. So I pack up everything, and then I put it by the door, because I'm like, look, Wednesday I'm getting out of here. It got so cold Tuesday. It was so cold, and I was just scared, because it was like, if it wasn't for that power coming on outside a few times, I wouldn't have had access to any type of Wi-Fi or anything for a second, and that didn't last long. So when I did, get the community Wi-Fi for a second, I would hurry up and send my parents emails and whatnot. But just to have them, was like, it was very helpful, because, like family is really like all you have, so yeah. So basically Tuesday night, I ended up packing my bags, put everything by the door, and then my mom was like, Taylor, just go to sleep, and whenever you wake up in the morning, just give me a call and we're gonna figure it out. And so so basically my mom had to do everything. Like my mom and my dad was the one who had to book the hotel and everything, because my internet here was like on and off with the community Wi-Fi. So they had to book the hotel and everything. So I went to sleep, because I knew that the next day I was gonna get the hell out of here and go to a hotel. So Wednesday, let's see the date. So Wednesday, February 17th was my escape day. And I was so damn cold, y'all. When I woke up Wednesday, it probably was the lowest it was ever that whole week. It was probably like in the single digits, like 9-degree weather. So yeah, so basically I have all my stuff. I hurry up, I get up Wednesday, like I got up so quick, y'all. Like, when you try to make yourself like hurry up and go to sleep so the morning could come, that's like basically what I did during this time. So I wake up Wednesday, brush my teeth, wash my face, and I just hurry up and throw on throw on my little beanie, and I went to my car. So it's like probably like a little bit before 9:30, and I called my mom and I said, Mom, like I'm out of my apartment, I'm in my car. And so she was like, you're all good. She was like, you know, we reserved your reservation at the hotel, whatever, we got you like a hotel suite. Now we just have to figure out how to get you there and what time you can check in. So it's like 9:30 a.m. and I called the hotel. Well, actually, did I call? Yeah, I called the hotel. I was able to make phone calls from the parking garage, just no access to no internet or anything. So I called and I asked the lady, you know, did I have to wait till 3 o'clock to check in, or could I come earlier? And she was like, no, you can come now. And I was like, do you guys provide any type of transportation to the hotel? And she was like, no, we don't, because I was not trying to drive my Camaro. Even though it wasn't too far from my apartment, I still was not trying to drive and get on the interstate and all that in my little Camaro. Like I wasn't about to drive that car on the freaking highway. I just wasn't about to do it. So basically what we ended up doing is my mom had to download the Uber app on her phone, because remember, I don't have access to any of my apps. So she downloaded the Uber app for me. She went into my account, logged in with all my credentials, and she booked me an Uber. And I told her, I'm like, Mom, like I want the Uber, the big Uber, the Uber Black, the big SUV. I want that one, because I'm not about to risk, you know, just having any type of little Uber driver, you know, in a little car, and then we get like stuck in the snow. That was like my worst fear. So I'm like, Mom, like book the most, you know, the most expensive, the biggest one that they have on Uber. Like give me the biggest one. So that's what we did. So we got the big Uber Black SUV. And everything was connected to my account. So, you know, she did everything through my account, and then the Uber driver was literally there in less than like 5 minutes. So I went and I parked my car downstairs, and then the Uber driver called me. He's like, hey, I'm here. And then I saw him outside of my apartment garage, and I'm like, okay, I'm coming. So I grabbed all my bags, told my mom I'm calling back. I get in the Uber. Y'all, I felt like a sense of like relief. Like I felt like Tina Turner when she left Ike. Like I felt like I was finally making a freaking escape. So yeah, so I got in the Uber. The Uber ride was smooth. I'll go ahead and insert some clips to show you guys kind of what my Uber ride was like, and just to show you guys like the snow on the road. So yeah, so I ended up getting to my hotel. I checked in and everything, and y'all, I was just so happy. It was a nice hotel. Like I had a whole entire suite. I was just like thankful, and my family was worried about me because they know that I'm by myself, and like everybody was just so relieved once I got to my hotel room. So I get in my hotel room, and I just started like, you know, kind of like crying, because I'm like, I could take a hot bath and then be in heat. Like it was just amazing. So I get in my apartment, I get in the hotel suite. So I'm just basically chilling, just trying to recover, just trying to get warm. And I was just so freaking happy. So my power at my apartment was still off at this time. I wasn't worried about this because I had booked the room for 2 nights. So Wednesday night and Thursday night, I ended up staying at the hotel. So Wednesday, one of my friends that I used to work with, she hit me up because she was going through the same thing. And I said, girl, I'm like, you come meet me in this suite. Like I was trying to help whoever needed me, and I needed them. Like, let's just help each other. So I told her, I'm like, please, like just come to my suite or whatever. And so she ended up coming that Thursday morning. So I ended up spending the whole day just chilling Wednesday. I was able to use my Wi-Fi. I was able to watch TV, you know, just do all kind of normal stuff, you know, as I was in my hotel room. So she ended up coming Thursday morning. She called me and she was like, I'm on my way. She was like, you sure I can come? Because you know I have a dog. And I'm like, yes. So the reason she said that, y'all, is because like I really don't like dogs. But in this situation, I was like, I'm not gonna let you freeze to death. So like she bought her little dog in the little bag, and I was just so happy just to see her, because I felt like, you know, I felt like I was seeing a family member. You know, that's how close we are. So yeah, so she ended up staying with me Thursday, and she ended up staying in the front of the suite. So basically Thursday we talked, we catched up a little bit, we caught up a little bit, you know, just talking, and then we chilled. And then that evening we were able to go to the hotel and get food. So that Wednesday when I got to the hotel as well, that evening I also went and get food. I got a cheeseburger that Wednesday. And then Thursday when she got there, I went back downstairs. And we both went to the cafe and we had food. She had like a chicken sandwich and some wings. I had like some mac and cheese and like some pork egg rolls. Like they had all kind of stuff. And we hit the bar on Thursday. Y'all, we needed a drink, like ASAP. We needed a freaking drink. So as we were drinking and stuff, my apartment sends me an email letting me know that my power is back on. And y'all, I was so freaking mad because I'm like, I knew this would have happened after I done booked a hotel and after I done made my grand escape. So yeah, so Thursday, you know, I had a drink or two. I think I had 2 drinks. Yeah, I had 2 drinks that Thursday. So, and then we went back up to the room. We talked a little bit more, and then we were both like sleep. We were out, okay, like snoring. It was basically my checkout day where I checked out the hotel. And my friend actually brought me back to my apartment. Everything was good at my apartment. She still didn't have water, so she had extended the stay at the hotel. I got back to my apartment probably a little bit after 12. She brought me back. Well, she brought me to Chick-fil-A first. I had Chick-fil-A again. And then I got back to my apartment and everything was good. Basically, you know, my story of you know, how basically I survived the snowstorm in Texas, but not having power from Sunday to, you know, Wednesday, that was like traumatizing for me. I just don't like to be in the dark, you know, just being alone, not really being able to, you know, have hot food. So I'm happy that, you know, there was a Chick-fil-A for me to go to. I'm happy that, you know, I have a family that cares about me. You know, my parents are making sure everything was good. They're making sure that, you know, my Uber driver said my hotel is set, everything is good, because I didn't have internet access. So I'm just like thankful, and like it really like humbles you when things like this happens to you, because I was already humble before, but this humbles me even more because it shows how we take small things for granted, like water, electricity, just people in our lives, you know, whether that's, you know, people that you're in a relationship with, or people like that are your family, that are your friends, you know, like you're gonna always need people. And it just taught me how to be more open as well. You know, whenever you need something, you know, like speak up. You know, if you need help, speak up. If you can help somebody else, speak up. If you have people in your life that you love, like make sure you let them know, because you never know, you know, when it might be your last day or whatnot. But just don't take for granted those small things like food, water, shelter, because, you know, being here in the dark, pitch black, by myself, nobody here, and then my phone was like, you know, dying and stuff. That was very like traumatizing, because I just felt so alone. And then, you know, when people started leaving my apartment complex, I started getting this little like eerie feeling, like it was just weird. So I was happy that I was able to, you know, go to a hotel. You know, my prayers are still my prayers are still going out to all the people who have really been directly affected. I know people, like I said, people's houses, their roof have come down, pipes have been burst. So I'm still praying for the state of Texas and the people, you know, that are still being affected day by day. So please keep Texas in your prayers. I thank God that I have electricity. Nothing happened to my apartment, so far I'm okay. But there's a lot of people who still are not okay. So, you know, we're still praying for them. But y'all, don't take anything for granted. Just be appreciative of everything, because, you know, in a second everything could all be gone, and in a second you can still you can also be gone, you know. So yeah, man, but this is just crazy. You know, I've been surviving the COVID. I haven't caught COVID yet, let me knock on wood. You know, I've been surviving that. And now I survived this little mini snowstorm in these snow days in Texas. And I'm like, man, and I'm still here. And I'm like, you know what? God is not through with me yet. He is not through. He has a purpose on my life. And he still has me here for a reason. And I'm a strong person, y'all. But just being by myself, you know, during those snow days, y'all, it was the worst. And a lot of people had it way worse than me. That's, you know, the scary part about all of this, is that people really did go through it. But I just wanted just to do a little story time and just to kind of reflect on kind of my couple of days. Like I said, I'm just happy I was able to get to a hotel and get to, you know, just heat and hot food. So I was thankful for that at the hotel. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll try to leave some resources down in case anyone needs some help or assistance during this time. If you guys need anything, please let me know. Please send me an email, DM me on Instagram, whatever you got to do. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.